Welcome to GrowifyLabs, the channel where we break down how search really works in the hardest, most competitive niches, iGaming and finance included, with no hype and nothing sugarcoated. If you want the version of SEO that holds up under pressure, you're in the right place. Today's one is uncomfortable, but important. How a competitor can move against your rankings without ever touching your website, and how you defend against it. Let's get into it. Everything you do for SEO happens on your own site. The attacks that take you down often don't. In a space as contested as iGaming, competitors don't just try to outrank you. Some try to actively degrade your rankings from the outside, using signals you have no direct control over. This video is the defense. What these attacks look like, why a couple of them are genuinely hard to stop, how to catch them early, and where the one legitimate version of the most feared tactic actually fits. No tutorials. This is how you see it coming and how you respond. The attack map is divided into 5 attacks, roughly ordered by how hard they are to defend. 1. False DMCA claims. Someone files a bogus copyright complaint against your pages. It's hard to defend because it's a process fight, back and forth with the platform while your URLs sit at risk. This is the ugliest one precisely because the abuse rides on a legitimate system. 2. Spam link floods. The Telegram link spam and toxic backlink dumps every casino site now attracts. Individually low impact. Google's spam brain ignores and devalues most of it, but worth monitoring, and in some cases worth disavowing when you see a genuine pattern. 3. Full site cloning. An attacker copies your entire site, often via JavaScript that mirrors your content live, and tries to rank the clone against you or to trigger duplicate content confusion. 4. DDoS and traffic flooding. Blunt force junk traffic aimed at degrading performance and polluting your behavioral signals. 5. Engagement manipulation, the sophisticated one. Fake traffic engineered to wreck the user signals Google now leans on. And it's the one worth the rest of this video, because it's the hardest to see. To understand the attack, you have to understand what Google actually rewards now. For a decade, Google denied using clicks to rank. Then 2 things ended the debate: sworn DOJ testimony, and the May 2024 content warehouse leak. The system is called NavBoost. A senior Google engineer testified under oath that clicks are the main signal NavBoost uses, and the leak named the exact fields, including 1. goodClicks, 2. badClicks, 3. lastLongestClick. The clicks were tracked over a rolling 13-month window. In plain terms, NavBoost watches what happens after the click. If people consistently find what they need and stay, the page tends to rank higher. If they bounce back, it tends to rank lower. That's the lever. An attacker who can make your page look unsatisfying, clicks that instantly bounce back to the search results, is feeding NavBoost bad signals about you. That's negative sentiment manipulation, and it's a real threat, not a theory. Here's why it's hard to catch, described so you can recognize it, not run it. The crude version is easy to spot. Junk traffic, sub-second visits, 1 IP range, a 98% bounce. Any log review catches it. The sophisticated version is the problem. Modern operations use residential IP addresses and real device fingerprints, simulate natural mouse movement, variable scroll, realistic dwell time, and whole search sessions, searching the keyword, scrolling past results, clicking, staying, sometimes returning to search the brand directly. Some run warmed-up Chrome profiles with real history and cookies, and a few use human click farms on real phones. The uncomfortable truth the operators admit: if the fake clicks are good enough that Google can't isolate them, you'll struggle to isolate them too. That's the honest ceiling on detection. Which is exactly why the strategy shifts from block every fake click to see the pattern and make your real signal too strong to drown. You don't need to identify every bot. You need to spot the pattern before it does lasting damage. The detection approach consists of 4 layers. 1. Server logs. Search Console shows aggregate impressions. Your raw logs show the actual request: IP, user agent, refer, response code. If you're investigating anomalous traffic and you haven't read your logs, you don't have the full picture. Review them on a cadence. Weekly is enough for most sites. The bigger the property, the more it's worth a fixed day each week. 2. Search Console and analytics anomalies. The tells are consistent: sudden center spikes with no ranking change, near identical session durations, and geographic anomalies. A 10% center against a 98% bounce from one IP range is not real interest. 3. Time of day patterns. Manufactured campaigns often fire in a fixed window. Genuine demand doesn't keep an appointment. A clustered daily spike is a signature. 4. Cloudflare and edge data. Your CDN sees the traffic before it reaches analytics. Suspicious surges, bot scores, and origin patterns show up there first. Catch it early and you can document it. Screenshots, logs, timestamps, which matters for platform escalation, and in the false DMCA and cloning cases for the paper trail. Here's the part most people miss. You largely can't stop a determined attacker from sending bad clicks. What you can do is make them irrelevant. NavBoost is built to resist manipulation, and the leak tells us how, which is the whole defense. It weights diverse users over repeat volume. 100 clicks from 90 users beats 1,000 clicks from 5. It runs a squashing step that dampens raw click volume. And it validates clicks against Chrome logged in trust and real post-click behavior. Manufactured volume is the red flag. Organic, diverse engagement is the signal. So the durable defense is a page with genuine engagement so strong that a burst of fake bounces gets averaged out. Real users who stay, scroll, and end their search on you. That's not a trick, it's the moat. A site with a strong, diverse engagement profile is the hardest target for negative sentiment manipulation there is. Now the honest part, because the same lever has a legitimate use, and this is where we do fit in. Operators who understand NavBoost don't only defend, they use engagement signal deliberately. The most defensible application is a re-ranking trigger. During an update, when a page you've already earned starts to wobble, a controlled push of genuine engagement signal can help it re-rank and hold. Not to manufacture a position that isn't earned, to help an already healthy page reflect the work that went into it. That is exactly what viral social boosts is, the engineered final push for a page that's already positioned to move, geo-targeted, keyword-aligned, applied at the moment of ranking inflection. It works for the same reason the defense works. It's about strengthening a real signal on a real page, not spraying volume at a weak one. And here's the discipline that separates it from the attacker's version. Volume-based fake traffic on a weak page is the bad trade the operators themselves admit. Expensive, temporary, and once you start, you're locked in, because the moment you stop, the drop-off reads as a negative signal. A boost applied to a page that has genuinely earned its position isn't propping up a corpse, it's amplifying something real at the right moment. That's why it's a closer, never a foundation. If the underlying page isn't already strong, a boost is the wrong tool, and we'll tell you so. So, competitors can absolutely move against your rankings without ever touching your site. False DMCA, cloning, DDoS, and the hard one, engagement manipulation aimed at the signals Google now trusts most. You defend by watching the right places: logs, Search Console, time of day, Cloudflare, and by building an engagement profile too strong and too diverse to drown. And the same lever, used honestly, is one of the sharpest tools you have: a controlled push on a page that's already earned it. That's the work we do across brand protection and viral social boosts. If you want to know where your engagement signals stand and whether you're currently exposed, a detailed audit is the place to start. It's linked below, along with how our brand protection and viral boost programs work. Questions go to GrowifyLabs.com. Thank you for listening. If this was useful, follow GrowifyLabs. We publish new videos on topics like this one several times a week, and this is exactly the kind of thing we go deep on. And we'd like to hear from you. Drop your feedback and your own insights in the comments. If you've seen one of these attacks in the wild, or you've got a detection method that's worked for you, that's the conversation worth having. We read every reply. See you in the next one.